Hi guys, I wanted to show you what my office looks like and give you guys a few productivity tips just to share with you how I keep myself productive and how I get things done here at my office. So welcome to my little home office here. This is a very temporary office in our new house. As you might have heard, we bought a new house in the fall, and in December we moved into this space here. So this is what it looks like right now, and this is my desk, and I just want to share a few tips with you. And I understand that not everybody has their own entire basement to just work and to create an office space. And in fact, I worked a whole decade in our bedroom in our old city apartment. So this is not my normal setup either. We just moved here like a few months ago, but I want to show you what my work setup looks like here and share some of my best tips with you. Alright, and as I told you guys, this office here is not done yet. We're gonna completely rebuild the whole house, and the next step is the basement here. So you'll see some wires hanging around. I don't know if you can see that in the frame, but here's some wires for a light outside the door. So you've probably seen my setup here with the 3 screens. I prefer to write on the center screen, and I think that's a great way to do it. So either if you just have a laptop and one external screen, at least have an external screen, because then you can separate the research from the actual writing, and also if you're working with images and stuff. So something that I like to do when I write a lot, when I do actual blogging, I like to have a fact sheet on the wall next to me. And when I was writing a lot about horses for Animal How, the site that you've probably heard me talk about here on the channel, I had a fact sheet, just some special terms, special words for everything around the horse, like what's it called when you walk slowly on a horse and fast and all these things. So this was just a lot of things that I looked up over and over again, and I wanted to just simply create a fact sheet like this where I could quickly see what's the right word for this part, what's this called, and all these things that I had to look up over and over again. So that was to reduce the research time. So it makes sense many times to create something like this with all the things that you find yourself looking up again and again, and then I just had it put here on the wall so I could quickly see it as I was writing. And that's a great way to do it, and it also goes into the whole process of doing some initial research before you start writing your first batch of articles. So when you're just starting out, if you're a complete beginner, if you feel like you need to know more about the terminology used in the niche and just special slang according to that niche, maybe do a sheet like this, put it on the wall so you don't have to look up the same things over and over again. I also have a bunch of books lying around down here for the Build With Us challenge, so I'm not going to show you what those are because, as you know, I keep that secret for inside the course and the community. I'll probably reveal the site for the Build With Us challenge later here on the channel, but at this point it's still only for the people inside the community. And then I also have a little piece of paper over here. I don't think you can see it, but I'll take it down. It's also just a little note with some shortcodes for the Gutenberg editor. I've been writing a lot of content for this new site in my course. So here you can see that if you type 2 hashtags and a dash, you'll have an H2. And so it's just for me to remember these little shortcuts to be able to write content faster. I believe I showed that in another video as well. And then I want to show you what I have here in my drawer, because I have this little thing here under my screen to the right. I have a little drawer here where I can quickly get to a few things. For example, I have a set of headphones in here. I have a few guitar picks if I feel like playing some music. I have some note-its and a marker, and I have some glasses because sometimes when I blog at night I don't feel like wearing contact lenses. And of course I have a pen, but it's very, very basic. It's just so I don't need to get up if there's something that I'm missing, something that I need during the blogging process. And down here I have nothing. There's a little sticker here actually from Upwork. I used to have, you can see it here, I used to have a whole whiteboard with a picture of all my writers so I could remember their names. So I put a little Upwork sticker on the people that I hired from Upwork just to remember where I hired them, so I could see if there was any pattern. And also I had little stickers for people who I hired through other platforms. But I don't do that anymore because now my editors will take care of all my writers. But my trick here, or you can say what I do with this bottom drawer here, is to keep it pretty empty. And this is just so I can quickly empty the table. So let's say I have a phone laying around. I definitely don't want a phone laying around when I blog. I put that down here, I put this down here. I just empty the whole table when I'm ready to write. So in 20 seconds I can get rid of all the clutter here, just throw it in here so I don't have to look at it. I can have a clean desk, and that's how I like my desk when I write. Because if you need to spend like 5, 10, 15 minutes cleaning up your desk before you can start writing, that's not efficient at all. So to increase productivity, I like to just have these two little drawers here. One at the top with the things that I use occasionally when I write. If I get an idea, I'll just jot it down on a piece of paper. And here's a power bank. And then this pretty empty drawer where I put the stuff just lying around on the table down there to get it out of sight. So let's talk a bit more about the screen setup here. So what I have here is a pretty big screen over here for all my images. Over here I do some basic research on the laptop screen, and then I have a very cheap standard screen here that I just tilted 90 degrees. And this is a basic thing you can do with the Mac. I'm pretty sure you can also do it with the PC. And really a screen like this here, a huge screen where you can do a lot of stuff and have a lot of windows open at the same time, you can buy this for like $130 at Target. So it costs literally nothing, and it's very cheap to do a setup like this. And I really think you should have multiple screens like this if you have the space for it, because it's just great. I mean, I had the same setup here in our bedroom for a decade. It was driving Maria nuts sometimes, but I really like to have multiple screens. I know somebody in my community who has like 5 screens, and it's just great to be able to throw things out on the other screens. So of course, with the MacBook here and also with the PC, you just connect them together so you can drag and drop everything from one window to the other. That's pretty neat. Right now I'm editing a video over here where I'm interviewing Sarah from Mesoic. It'll probably be up on the channel by the time this video here is on the channel as well. So this is also where I do all my video editing, and I do all my work right here. Other than that, I use a few cable holders over here to get a bit organized. I don't know if you can see that. I'll try to point the camera over here. Here you can see how the cables here are fixed with this little thing here, and over here I have a USB hub where I plug in all my USBs just to have everything in place. That works pretty well. And then I have a microphone here mounted on this swing here, so I can quickly get it out of my way, but I can also quickly get to it when I need to record a video or talk to somebody. And of course I have my webcam up here. It's just an external USB camera. But that's basically my setup. I prefer a very clean and empty desk when I work, and that's just how my mind works, because I get tons of ideas all the time, so I need to get things out of my way. And then I have a water bottle so I don't have to go upstairs as I write. That being said, I do like to lower and raise my table here. So I have it set up so I can lift the table here. I don't know if you can hear this little buzzing sound that allows me to stand up and work as well. And this, of course, not a must, but if you can do it, I would advise you to do that, because it's pretty hard on your back if you're just sitting down like many hours every day. So I like to stand up and work at least 2 times during my workday, because I typically work for 4 to 5 hours. I work from when I put Max in the kindergarten till I pick him up. So I will put Max in kindergarten around 9 and pick him up around 1 o'clock. So that gives me 4 hours of work, and then many times I'll be working a few hours at night. Sometimes I'll have a full nighter where I just work all night and sleep during the day if Max is on vacation, if he's with my parents or something. So since I sometimes have some pretty long stretches where I work, it's important for me to get up and stand, also to clear my head a little bit, because if you just sit down and you cringe around the keyboard, you don't feel very productive, and that's just not where we do our best work, right? So this is my setup. If you have any suggestions on or any cool tips for setting up your blocking work area, I'd love to hear your tips in the comments, and give this video a thumbs up. I'll see you guys next time.